Okay. I think lighting is not proper here. Anyways, okay, so guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss one of the most common, technical question that you will face in any technical interview, or if you are going for any product-based company, right, for the interview. So basically, first of all, they will check if you have basic knowledge of threads or not, and whether you worth their time. So once you will be able to answer this question, they will dig into more and go in more depth into the threads. So just to give you a quick introduction about the threads are nothing but it's a lightweight process. So you have heavy processes, right, which will take a lot of CPU and a lot of memory. So basically to give you a look and feel of parallelism, like multiple processes are executing in a simultaneous way. Basically we use threads. So threads, like they are lightweight processes basically. So yeah, so coming back to this problem, basically they will ask in an interview that you have to print numbers, the stream of numbers which are coming in, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there are two threads basically. So for example, you have two threads, T odd and T even, right? So given two threads, T odd and T even, you have to basically print the numbers. So basically, T odd should always be printing the odd numbers like 1, and T even should always be printing even numbers. So that the next number will be like 3, which will should be printed by T odd, and T even should print 4, like this, right? So like this you have to go. Like this is the flow. Like T odd, the thread, the one thread should always print the uh, odd number, and then another thread should always print the even number, and that should be in the sequence like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it should not be like your two threads, like so your even thread is printing 2 and then it's printing 4, and then your odd thread is coming and printing 3 and then 5. It should not be like that. It should be in like interleave manner, like first 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 again. So it's very basic basically. So okay, we are going to code this problem in Java. We'll see like how we can address the problem. Okay, so basically we'll create a new project here. Threads odd even. Okay, and then we'll create a class called thread odd even, right? Okay, so obviously there will be a main method, and we basically need to create two threads, right? So thread odd is equal to new thread. Will pass the parameter later, thread even, right? So yeah, so these are the two threads which are going to print the numbers in sequence, right? So yeah, before we move further, basically we'll create a class which will basically be responsible for printing these numbers in like in the given manner, like this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, like, and then T threads, T odd thread should always print a odd number, and T even should print always even number, but in a sequence, like first T odd, then T even, T odd, T even. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So we'll create a class called print odd even number, right? And That class will basically have two methods, right? So, yeah, we will be having two methods, uh, public, um, no, static is not required. Basically, we'll be creating object for it, right? So, yeah, public, synchronized, void, the return type, and number, like print odd. And this method will basically taking a parameter that which number we have to print, right? We'll write a definition later. First, we'll create two methods. So these two methods, sorry, yeah, okay. So print, right? So basically, these two methods will be responsible for printing even and odd numbers respectively, but in a synchronized way. So what this synchronized means here means this we are if we are making this method as synchronized, it means like only one thread at a time will be able to access this access this method. So there will be multiple threads, trying to execute this print odd or multiple threads trying to execute this print even. But if you have declared synchronized means it's a critical section and it will be executed by only one threads, right? So yeah, what else we need here? Yeah, so basically when these threads will be calling these methods, how to identify that whose turn it is, right? Because we have to print in such a way that uh, this sequence should be maintained, right? So first it should be one, then two, then three and four, right? So first it should print odd, and then it should print even, and then it should print odd, then it should print even, right? And we have to maintain this order. So to maintain this order, basically what we are going to do, we are basically going to create a volatile keyword. Sorry, yeah, volatile variable. So public volatile and uh, we'll create it as odd chance. Okay, so this will be integer obviously, or we can take it as boolean also, boolean, and we'll make it as true. Okay, so what is this volatile keyword means here? When you declare any variable as volatile, so basically only one thread will be able to operate on that. So when you are writing, so suppose two threads are trying to update the value of odd chance, this variable. So basically you want consistency in the value of odd chance, right? So basically you need to make it volatile so that only one thread at a time will be able to access it and will be able to change the value of odd chance, right? So basically what we'll do here, if right, so if it is not odd chance, if this is not the odd chance to print the value, then we have to wait. Okay, okay, why we are getting this error? Okay, yeah, so we have to declare exceptions for this, right? If it is not an odd chance to print that value, then we have to wait. Once that wait is over, means it is the chance to print the value, then what we have to do? Basically, we have to simply print out. For identification purpose, we will write as uh, our thread. Now, okay, and once we are done with this, we basically have to uh, make odd chance as false, right? Because we have already printed or odd, now it's turned for the even, right? If we don't make it as false, so what will happen next time? The odd thread will can also come, right? So it will get a chance to enter into this, and it will be able to print the odd number again. So the sequence will be like, if this is the case, sequence will be like uh, odd, t odd 1 and t odd 3. So this can be one sequence which we don't want, right? So that's why uh, yeah, that's why we need to make it false, so that the next time only even thread will get the chance. And once we have done this, we can basically notify all the threads which are waiting for this critical section to execute, right? So notify will notify all other threads that, yeah, I have done my work, I'm done with my work, now you can come and execute, right? So similarly we'll do the same thing here. If it is odd chance, then what we have to do? In case of even, we have to wait. Okay, uh, declare the exception here, and then serve the value which is none, and then again, you know, odd chance is equal to true, right? And then notify all, right? So you understood the meaning of this class, right? Now, what is next? Like, we'll create another class called odd even class, which will be basically implementing runnable interface, right? So why we are getting this error? Because we have not implemented the run method, which is they are in runnable interface. So basically we have to implement that, right? So public public void run, right? So basically this is overriding the method. So here what we can do, yeah, okay, while we'll declare a variable here and start point, okay, while start point is less than, for example, like we want to print from 1 to 20, right? So we'll keep it as 20 here, which is less than 20, or we'll keep it as less than equal to 20, you know. If uh, so start point, so we'll check if it is not reduced in 2, means if it is even, sorry, if it is even, then we have to recall the method uh, which is responsible for printing the even number, right? Here, this method. So how we can call this method? For that we have to create an object of this class, right? So we'll create an object of this class also, ptr, okay. Okay, this is still equal to, so ptr is equal to, sorry, ptr dot uh, print even, right? And it will be start number, start point. Minus error, try catch we need to put, okay. If this is not the case, then what we have to do, ptr dot, if it is not a even number, then we have to print the odd number, right? Sorry, what is it, print odd, and then start point, right? So this also we have to keep in try catch block because uh, this method is throwing an exception right here. Okay, so we are done with this. Now we basically need to initialize this value, right? So we can create a constructor here. Public or even so basically we are doing nothing here. We are just initializing this value in the constructor. Right. Yeah, one more thing that we forgot here is to, because if you are not increasing the value of this start point, this will go into the infinite loop, right? So we have to increase the value. So how we'll increase? We'll basically start point is equal to start point plus 2. Why we are doing plus 2 here? Because there will be two threads, right? Okay, I will explain this part later so that you will have better understanding because we are actually going in a reverse way. So first we should have created the threads and then this class, and then from this class we should have called this method. But just for simplicity, what I did, we prepared our synchronized methods to to see if we are printing the number in the given order the way we have asked, right? Or one after the. Okay, so we'll do one thing. We'll quickly create a yeah. So we'll quickly create a method here. We'll quickly create the threads here, and then we'll process from up to down, right? Okay. So now, so we'll basically create an object of this class, print odd even number, print is equal to new odd even, and this we will be passing into the thread, right? So basically, when you go for this, so there are two ways you can implement threads in Java. One is by extending the thread class, and one is by extending sorry implementing the runnable. So it's always advisable, in object oriented programming, that you should instead of extending any class, you should basically implement it by implement the interface. Why? Because there are many benefits. Once because in Java, Java doesn't allow you multiple inheritance, right? So one thing is like once you extend a thread class, you won't be able to extend any other classes for further use. But if you are implementing a renewable class, obviously you can extend a class also. And there are other benefits also, like you do not need to create two multiple objects for the threads. Basically you can create one object and pass it into the multiple threads, so it's also by memory wise it's also good, right? So yeah, so basically we'll create two objects of this new odd even, and in this we'll pass this print, and since it's a odd thread we'll start it with one, right? And then new odd even, and then print, then we'll start it with 2, right? So basically these numbers will this start point will be basically initialized with 1 for the odd thread and for with 2 with for the even thread. So yeah, that's what I was explaining you earlier, and we then switched here and then we started explaining from up to down, right? Top to down. So basically we'll odd dot start and even dot start. Okay, so many times like people ask like why start, why not run, right? So you can also directly call the run method and it will execute the same run method, right? Because start also internally calls the run method, but there is a one difference that mostly like people don't understand is when you call a run method, it basically creates the threads in the same stack. So you have a function called stack, right? When you call start on any object, on a thread object basically, so it will start a completely different stack and it will have its one stack. But when you you just use the run method, it won't change the stack, it will execute the thread in the same main function stack, and then once it is completed, then it will the next function will be called basically. About this we'll discuss in some other video, but yeah, this is the one difference. And when you're calling run, basically you are not creating another thread, you are executing the know, same main function, and in main function stack only you are calling the another thread. So there is no point of calling run method basically. So that's why we should always use start when you are dealing with the threads, right? So yeah, I think we're good with this. This will do our work. Let's print it and see like if you are getting the correct value. I hope it should run. There should be no problem. As I see, okay. Let's see the output. Okay. I will change the name here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this will keep act as event thread. Okay, let's run it again and see. Yeah, so we have the answer, right? So odd thread is printing 1, even thread is printing 2, odd thread is printing 3, even thread is printing 4 until 20, the same pattern, right? So this is how we have no, achieved our objective. One more time we'll go for the explanation of the how we have approached this problem. So basically what we have done, we have created a printer class, basically print odd even class, which is responsible for printing the numbers in a given pattern. Like first it should print 1, then it should print 2. It should not be like it is printing 1 3 and 5 and then it's printing 2 4 and 6, right? So basically we want it to be printed in a sequence 1 2 3 4 5, but along with it should print with no now printed by the given thread. Like there are two threads, and first thread odd thread should print only the odd numbers, and along with maintaining the sequence also, right? So what we have done, so this class is basically responsible for uh, generating the numbers in the given sequence. So what we have done, this we have created. There is only one object that we have created for this class, and we have passed into this, right? Right, this an odd even class, and this odd even class is being initialized by these numbers, where we have given one as a starting point for the odd or odd thread, and even for even we have given two, right? And then we are starting. So when you are doing the start, basically these two threads are trying to run this method simultaneously. They are running it actually, but at the end they are going and executing this method, right? And this method is in synchronized way, right? So Yeah, so these two threads are basically coming here and running this run method, right? It's checking here if it is uh, even number or odd number. If it is even number, we are basically calling this even method, and if it is odd number, then we are calling this odd method, right? And here, yeah, this is synchronized, this is printing. So suppose like I know these two threads are coming once in a go, once in a go, like they're coming to execute the same method here, right? Two threads. So this will basically not allow it to enter to print it, because the chance is for this even method, right? And yeah, this is it. I hope I'm clear. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's it, guys. So thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe if you have enjoyed this, if you have learned something out of it, right? Okay, bye bye.